Before we invest in any solution, whether it's a CRM or XRM solution, there are some 101 rules we have to always kind of keep in mind, right? Kind of project management 101 rules. Because these are the rules that people violate and they end up having failed projects. The first rule to that is well-defined requirements. And what we mean by that is, what does the system need to do and how does it need to do it? I walked into an organization a couple of years ago who had picked a major platform for CRM, and they talked about how it failed, and they talked about how the implementation went so poor, and they talked about how that platform wasn't for them. Well, that platform's really for just about anybody that's out there. So my first question to them was, well, what were you trying to accomplish when you latched onto this platform and you started the process? What were the requirements that you defined? And they didn't produce any documents around that. They really had no design plan for what they needed this application to do. And therefore, they picked a great tool, but without the requirements defined, the project failed. The other thing that going through that requirements process of how things are going to flow and how things are going to work is it forces a business to really look at their internal processes and understand, are those processes efficient and do we have them well defined? So when we go to implement any type of CRM or XRM platform, that platform mirrors what our process is, and we're all kind of marching to the same beat of the same drummer, if you will. The other two parts are fairly obvious. You want to make sure you have executive sponsorship inside of any project. Without the executive sponsorship, sometimes you kind of lose the stick that you need to keep everyone in line and make sure that things are adopted. And that's the last one, is user adoption. I think engaging some of the key users early in the process for how the system's going to work is an important element in making sure they're a part of the requirements gathering process, and then that they're also part of the training process on the tail end. So don't break any of those rules, and that way whatever you pick for an XRM or CRM platform has a much better chance of being successful.